All right, coming down the home stretch here, and only just a couple minutes outside of our time hacks. That's okay. All right, first up, we're going to have, for the next two speakers, I'm going to ask you if you can, just to keep it to right around 5 minutes here. Supreme Court issues with Norman Silber. All right, we need to do that again. Supreme Court issues with Norm Silber.
Okay, don't hold it against me. I am a lawyer in recovery. In 17 and 18, I had the privilege of being on the election law committee in the State House with Steve Negron and Lisa Freeman. And every bill that we passed to tighten up the screwiest election laws in the country, which we happen to have, the voter registration election laws, every initiative we passed, the Dems have passed laws, have passed bills this session to overturn those. So we've got to take back the House and the Senate. Most all of you who are here and have stayed here have probably read the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. I have a lot of free copies of these pamphlets over there on the side by the 603 Alliance table, and I encourage you either to take one or more for yourself, but to give some to young people. They do not teach this to our young people. Our young people think that the Bill of Rights grants rights to us. Does anybody think that the Bill of Rights grants rights to us? No. Every one of the first 10 amendments is a prohibition against the government interfering with our natural rights, which are in the Declaration of Independence, endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. So I encourage you, keep in mind that these documents, which are reprinted here, many hundreds of thousands of our fellow Americans have fought and died to protect and to preserve our way of life embodied by these. And so these are very, very important documents. They're really holy documents. And we need to get our young people to read and understand them. So I encourage you to take them. And in order to understand the Supreme Court of the United States, which is there's been a lot of stuff going on about it, and how it functions, and how justices are chosen, and circuses that you have in Congress when nominees are up and the Dems want to try to knock out conservatives. Just imagine who would be on the court if Hillary had won. Instead of Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh, we would have had Loretta Lynch and Eric Holder. I guarantee it. So to understand how the Supreme Court functions, how it takes cases, how it decides cases, how people get on the court, I do put on a presentation. All I ask for is 6 or more people. I'll travel anywhere. I have a flip chart. I have handouts. I've got a lot of materials. Kids can even get credit in school if they want to submit it, if they can find a teacher who's willing to read it. And I encourage you, take these, take some home, give them to young people, and I encourage you to have a session to talk about the Supreme Court so you really understand what's going on. You understand the Constitution, but the Supreme Court is what tells us what the Constitution really means in practice. Thank you. Oh, and when I practiced law, I never did next and rex. Next and rex. Personally.
Croc TV.